With a total of 34 Senate seats up for election, there's a lot at stake. The majority party will have power over the next president's cabinet appointments and judicial nominations, as well as influencing their legislative agenda. As Democrats cling to a slim 51 Senate seat majority, 10 competitive races in these deep red states threaten to shift the balance of power.
Democrats have to defend every single incumbent. They cannot lose a single race. And they also need Harris to win the presidency so that Tim Walz would be the tiebreaker. So
given that situation, we asked Jessica Taylor of Cook Political Report which states to keep a close watch. She sees the most critical being Republican-leaning Montana, where incumbent Democratic Senator Jon Tester stands to lose his seat.
His toughest challenger and most well-financed, best well-financed challenger in Tim Sheehy there. He is a former Navy SEAL, served in Afghanistan, Purple Heart recipient. He owns an aerial firefighting company there. And we have seen in polling that he has been pulling ahead of Tester.
Sheehy's possible defeat of Tester is widely seen as one of the GOP's best chances to reclaim the Senate. Another key red state to watch, West Virginia, where longtime Democrat incumbent Joe Manchin is retiring.
I think Democrats would have had a tough time even defending that seat. Republicans have ceded that. We rate that race as actually safe Republican.
If this happens, Senate Republicans would only need one more victory to reclaim control if they're able to avoid upsets elsewhere. In the battleground of Michigan, voting has already started, and a tight contest is underway for the state's first open Senate seat in a decade. A critical test for Democrat Rep. Elissa Slotkin as she faces off against her Republican opponent, former U.S. Rep. Mike Rogers.
Rogers, he was chair of the House Intelligence Committee during the Bush years. Now he retired from Congress in 2014. He's a former FBI agent. He struggled to raise money. Slotkin has outspent him, but Michigan is just going to be very close.
In neighboring state Ohio, the Senate race is now considered a toss-up, where Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown is running for re-election. Taylor sees Brown as vulnerable against Republican candidate and Trump ally Bernie Moreno.
We're seeing polling out now. It's within the margin of error. A Republican poll this week had it tied. It's still going to be close, and it might just be that that's too much for Sherrod Brown to overcome, too, for those number of crossover voters.
Brown currently holds a 4-point lead and 10% of Trump voters. That's according to a September New York Times Siena College poll. However, Trump is expected to carry Ohio in the presidential race. Looking ahead at high-profile battleground Pennsylvania, many election watchers are talking about this ad from Democrat incumbent Senator Bob Casey.
Casey bucked Biden to protect fracking, and he sided with Trump to end NAFTA and put tariffs on China to stop them from cheating.
Analysts say while this shows Casey's ability to be bipartisan, they also believe it's a result of Vice President Harris losing ground in the state, which could affect other races. Republican challenger Dave McCormick is moving up against Casey, and the Cook Report just shifted the race from lean Democrat to toss-up. There is little room for error in Pennsylvania, as well as other states like Wisconsin and Arizona, where results at those polls could play a decisive role on who controls the Hill come November. Michelle London, CBN News, Washington.